Hello and welcome to the Wisdom Path podcast. I'm Louise, intuitive consultant and modern medicine woman. Today's topic is spiritual accountability. We are often asked to consider our connection, our truth, our inner knowing, our intuition, our alignment. Are we in flow with the divine energy that flows through us? We are asked to see ourselves through the eyes of Source, as a being of light, as a child of the universe. We are asked to see ourselves with love and compassion, and to project that love and light to others in their hour of need. For planet, for purpose, for potential, for prosperity. We are asked to consider ourselves collectively connected to each and every human, animal, plant, part of nature, Mother Earth. And we are step by step along our spiritual journey, learning more and more about this and more about ourselves as we take each step upon the journey. So no matter where you are, whether you are very much at the beginning or you have been a seasonal traveller, the same thing applies. When we are asked to love ourselves, yet we speak harshly to ourselves with unkind words of blame, of shame, of guilt, sometimes even hatred, preferring to bask in the sea of fear rather than immerse ourselves in the lagoon of love, where we can feel safe and protected, where we can feel as though we can face anything, even uncertainty, even when we do not know the very thing that will be next. And so we whisper a harsh word, a harsh phrase to someone else, or we make a judgment of a stranger, or we speak ill of someone who cannot defend themselves. And here we are presented with our purpose. We are presented for the very reason for our being here at this time. And yet we question it. Who am I to be this? Who am I to be able to do this? Who am I to hold this gift? Who am I to be able to heal in this way? Who am I to be able to hold the collective and bring them peace and safety and security? Instead, you are pushing against the tide, pushing against the flow. The harder you push, the more out of alignment you become. And all at once, your guides and your spiritual support team are shouting in your ear. They are shouting of you of belief, understanding the universal laws. And yet you still wish to forge your own path. And here it is, the accountability that when you are directed, when you are guided, when you are instructed to rest, to relax, to take care of yourself, to take care of your body, to take care of others, to speak only kind words to yourself, to spend time in nature, to spend time by water, to allow things to unfold, to allow your purpose to come through you, and yet you still push. This is a contradiction to the accountability that you are being asked to stand in. This is part of the trust. This is part of the surrender. This is part of being able to sit in the lagoon of love, and know that even if the steam is rising all around you and you cannot see or feel anything more than what is in front of your face, you are held. You are held and supported at each step of your journey. There is an accountability to face the dark, to face the shadow, to face the wounds, to allow the huge amounts of growth that come from dispersing all of that energy, the vibration of that energy, and the responsibility to send those waves of energy to everyone that needs it. And so each time you are healing, each time you are clearing, each time you are aligning yourself, each time you are speaking your truth, each time you speak to yourself with words of kindness and love, you do this on the behalf of one and all. And it is the pause before each action that you take to ask yourself, do I take this action from a place of accountability? or from a place of fear, of lack, of limiting belief. The shock waves send a bolt of light that reverberates through your fellow travellers. And all at once they are also part of the thread, part of the understanding of this spiritual language that you now speak fluently. And so, each stage of the journey can be made easier to travel upon. Can be easier to gather, recharge, reset, receive clarity, motivation, focus before taking the next action. When you hold yourself accountable. To no longer do things the way that you've always done them. To take a simpler approach. Perhaps a change of lifestyle, a change of life that calls forth the life you have always deserved and always wanted, without the effort. Because you understand the impact. Everything you do, everything you say, everything you think, everything you feel, everything you sense, everything you transmit energetically and emotionally. And this is your new understanding. This is your new natural state of well-being. Welcome home to you. This has been the Wisdom Path podcast. I'm Louise Hallam. Thank you for listening. Sending you blessings of love and light.